Hello everyone. It is time for cooking Zap. Today we're going to be making rolls. So this is my first video. Didn't really know what to do, so I'm gonna make some rolls. We can probably do more stuff later, but right now we're gonna make some bread. We're all on quarantine right now. You know how that is, so got kind of bored, so this is what we're gonna do. So I got this recipe online. Should be good, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll put the link in the description for the recipe. But we're gonna start out with 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of water. Don't know if you can see that in there, but that's going to, I don't know, help us with our yeast, I guess. This is yeast. So we're gonna put 2 tablespoons. Oh, awesome. That looks good. And after that, we can just put that over there. We're gonna take some sugar. This is sugar. You can't really tell, but we're gonna need 1/4 cup measuring cup, which I did not grab. We're gonna take that sugar and we're gonna put it in with the yeast. Also, this water is a little warm. When you're making yeast, you don't want to use too cold of water or too hot of water, because if you do, it'll kill the yeast, because yeast is like an active bacteria, basically. I don't know. It'll kill it and your bread won't rise. So that's what we're working with. You can hear my dogs barking at my brothers. Awesome. So now that we've got that mixed, we're going to mix in 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. Matthew, my brother, didn't say hi because he's lame.
Bruh.
So whatever. Bye, Matthew. What a fool. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to let that sit there for about 15 minutes, maybe 10. Just depends on how it's looking and how impatient I am. So while we are waiting for that, we can mix our dry ingredients together. I'm gonna take 3.5 cups of flour. And we are going to mix in with that 1.5 teaspoons of salt. That was the oven. So we're going to mix in with that 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And an egg. Alright, so it's been about 15 minutes. The yeast looks really fluffy. You can't see it at all, but it's fine. It looks really good. So we're just gonna put this in there. and I'm going to go mix it with my mixer because it has a dough hook, and I'd rather do that than knead it by hand. Alright, so we're going to put the dough on our cutting board. We've got to get some flour on there so it doesn't stick to it or anything. You know how it is. Grab the dough and just plop it on there. Wow. Look at that. Look at that dough. Dang. Ooh. It's just so, I don't know, doughy, I guess. So we're going to cut it in half now. You're probably like, oh, Zach, why do you have such a big knife? And basically, why not? You know what I mean? Oh, man. I can see this just turning out so poorly. But I do not care. So now we have our greased 9x13 pan. We're just gonna put them in there. I don't know why the instructions say to use a 9x13, because I mean, I don't know. You can basically, I feel like I'm speaking too soon. We'll probably see when it comes to it. But yeah, for right now, we'll just put it in the oven. When I wrote it down on my paper, I said bake for time. So I'll probably look at the instructions again to see what time it is, how long I have to cook them for. But wow, look at those, nice and brown. Gonna put some butter on top of them. Got some butter on them. I mean, I see this as a total success in my mind. I mean, I haven't eaten them yet. I'm guessing they're good, but I have to wait for them to like cool down, I guess. I mean, oh, yeah, those are hot, but I mean, oh, yeah. Yeah. So, ooh. You see that? Brown, golden brown. Mm. 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 Nice and fluffy on the inside, crispy on the outside. Oh, beautiful day. Anyways, well, thanks for joining in with me on this first video. I'd like to end it off with a question. What's your favorite kind of bread?